For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Mrs. Geronimo, and I work over at Crosby High School with the Upward Bound Math Science program. I've been doing this kind of work with college stuff for a very long time, so I'm very familiar with the Common App. So what I'm going to do with you guys is I'm going to do a walkthrough of what the Common App looks like. So whether you have an account or you don't have an account, I'm going to go through and just show you step by step for when you do create your account. And just to let you guys know too, I am recording this so that way we can I can share it with you guys again after, and for any other students who couldn't attend today. So first step for your Common App is you're going to want to have an email, a professional, or an email that you have access to. So when creating your account for your Common App, make sure you're using an email you have access to and that it's something with your name or more professional sounding. So you don't want like little kitten at 1016, okay? You want to make sure it's like your name. So for me, my first name is Catherine, last name is Geronimo. You'd want to do like something like catherine.geronimo@gmail.com. Does that make sense? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you the link that's going to take you right to the Common App in the chat. So you guys can log on if you want, or if you have an account, you can go through step by step with me too if you want. And then at the end, if you guys have any specific questions, please ask them. A lot of what I've found over the years is a lot of students struggle with the exact same questions. So if you have something that you don't know how to answer, chances are another student is having that same problem. So please don't be shy. So in the chat right now, I'm dropping the link for the Common App, okay? I'm gonna share my screen. So when you click on that link, it's going to take you to a page that looks like this. Can everyone see my screen? Just a thumbs up, or you can just click yes in the chat. I just wanna make sure. My internet's been a little janky today.
Yes.
Beautiful, thank you. All right, so this is what it will look like when you log on. So it's Common App. Here's the front page, okay? So if you have an account, you can click on Log In. I'm just gonna go quickly through the Create an Account with you guys if you don't have one already. So when you click on Create an Account, you guys are going to click First Year Student, all right? And then it's pretty much like you create any other account. You wanna use that professional email at the top here. Create a password, all right? You're gonna put your first and last name, your phone number, date of birth, and then it's just gonna ask you a couple of questions. So which describes you, it's gonna be you're applying as a first-year student and you plan to start college in 2020 or 2021, okay? And then down it just has the common privacy questions that are just like, you know, is it okay that we email you? We're not gonna use any information that we shouldn't, all that good stuff, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna log into my account. Give me 1 second. All right, so here's what the login page looks like. NV.edu. Let's see if I remember my password. Did I remember it? See, didn't remember it. Uh-oh. Hold on 1 second. Let me reset my password. Forget password. So if you do forget your password, it usually resets pretty quickly. You usually get an email almost right away that will send you like a special verification code. And then you can change your password right there, because there is a lot of, you do enter a lot of private information into your application. All right, now we should be good. So I'm gonna share my screen with you guys again. All right, perfect. Loading. All right, so this is what the Common App will look like when you first log in, okay? So if you've already started, here you should have the colleges that you apply for will show up here on your dashboard. So when you're looking at it, here are the tabs that you're going to be going through while you do the application. So the first tab is My Colleges. So on here, this is where any colleges that you apply to or are going to apply to, they will be listed out in this tab. And in this tab, when the colleges are listed out, all the information you need for that particular college will be listed there. And when I say all information, I mean things like the application deadline, any required materials that you need for that application too. So some college essays will, applications do have extra essay questions, meaning that there's sometimes like side questions that you have to answer. So those will all be listed here under this, okay? It also has like fee information, first day of school, anything you need to know about the college, okay? The next tab, which is the Common App, is your actual application. So this tab is where you're going to fill out all the information that is going to appear on the application that the college will see, okay? So this is where you're going to put your college essay, where you're going to put all your personal information, things like SAT scores, any extracurricular activities that you do will go under this tab. And I'm going to walk through that with you too in a minute, okay? And then we have our college search tab. So this is where we're going to add your colleges to your Common App, okay? So, well, look, see University of Connecticut. So say we're applying to UConn. We search it here. Oops, forgot the T, okay? So see it pops up right here in the bottom. We see University of Connecticut stores. What you're gonna do is you click this little plus sign and you do add college, okay? Does someone have another college that they're interested in applying to that I can just show for you guys? You can drop it in the chat. You can just say it out loud and I'll show you what it looks like.
Quinnipiac?
Quinnipiac, okay. Don't judge me, I can't spell Quinnipiac. All right, here it is, Quinnipiac, so we'll add that. Does anyone else wanna add a school and we can take a look at it?
Miss, can you do Western?
Yep, we can do Western. Western, Connecticut. There it is. So see how it pops up when you start to type and you just hit add. Remember too, so not every single school does use Common App. So if you can't find it on here, chances are they might not use it and that you might have to go to the actual school's website in order to apply. That make sense? All right, does anyone else want to add a school? We have UConn, we have Western, and we have Quinnipiac.
Central.
Central, okay, perfect. Central, Connecticut State University, we'll add that. All right, I think 4 is a good number. All right, so we add them to our college search bar there. So now that we've added colleges, because we hit the little blue plus sign, if we go over to the tab here that says My Colleges, they all should be listed here. Do you see them here on the side? So we have Central here, we have Quinnipiac, we have University of Connecticut, and we have Western Connecticut State University, so WestCon. And also now when you log on for the first time on your dashboard, all your colleges will show up here on the first page and it'll tell you the status of that application. So it'll tell you, see how it says in progress? So once you've completed it, it'll say, you know, complete, or if you're missing something, all that information will be right here on your Common App. All right, we're gonna flip back to the My Colleges tab and we're gonna kind of just look at what the information is on here. So you click, we'll start with Central, okay? So on Central, it has all the information that you need. So it has contact for admissions. You can go to the college website directly from Common App. So if you click here, it's gonna open up Central's website here, okay? It's gonna have a virtual tour. Not all schools may have this, but some will. And then the college navigator, okay? And then it has our application deadlines. So if you guys are thinking of applying to Central for next fall, so fall 2021, you have to apply by May 1st, 2021 to be considered, okay? It has application fee information, and you guys make sure you do not pay application fees. You guys do not have to pay for your college applications, okay? Especially ones in Connecticut, you definitely do not have to pay. Oops. Next, it has info on standardized tests, so your SAT, okay, whether or not it's required, okay. Courses and grades, some colleges or programs may require that you take certain classes or that you have a certain GPA. That information would be under here. It talks about what recommendations you need. So school report is your transcript, okay? If you need recommendations from teachers, administration, all that kind of stuff, okay? And then down here, which is also important, it has the written requirements, the writing requirements. So the essay, right, the Common App essay, which is required for all schools that you apply to on the Common App. And then looks like Central requires one extra question here. So it says college question, one required question. But it doesn't require any extra essays, okay? So that's for Central. So all info that you need will for that college will be under that tab. All right, so let's take a look at Quinnipiac real quick. All right, again, same info, right? Contact for admissions. We can go to the college website. We can do a virtual tour, okay? Here are all the deadlines, okay? So for fall 2021, if you were applying to Quinnipiac for next fall, here are all the deadlines. We have our early decision, which is November 1st, early action, which is the 15th, and then our regular decision, which is February 1st, okay? Early decision and early action mean that you find out early, and then early action means that you commit to actually going there when you find out early. So only apply early decision or early action if it's 100% you know the school that you want to go to, okay? So it has other deadline info here. So if you're going to Quinnipiac and you want to apply to any of these specific programs, they encourage you to apply the early action decision plan. So if you want to do physical therapy or nursing, they say, please do the early decision or early action plan, okay? Again, application fees, whether or not they require SATs, recommendations, okay, 3. What am I saying? Oh, and look, see, this has some info here on testing. So test score policy for 2021, okay? So Quinnipiac is test optional for most majors, but we encourage you to share your SAT or ACT scores with us. So that's basically saying that they don't necessarily look at SAT scores, but they want you to send them if you did take it, okay? And then again, down here, we have our writing requirements, okay? So Common App essay, which is gonna be required for almost all your schools. And then it looks like there's extra college questions, okay? Additional details, so applicants who are applying in the healthcare field or in, in the healthcare field, they'll be required to complete extra questions, okay? We'll take a look here at UConn. We'll do Wisconsin since a student requested it. So Western, here's all the info on Western, okay? So again, admission contact, college website. For the fall, it's rolling admission, and what rolling admission means, you can apply at any time of the year, okay? So there is no deadline, okay? But then it says right down here, right, other information, although it has a rolling admission for fall, our priority application deadline is April 1st, okay? So they're saying even though you can apply at any time, they prefer you apply before April 1st, okay? And then again, all this info right down here, the same in the other one. Again, required your Common App personal essay, but see, WestCon does not have any additional questions or writing that you have to do, okay? So when you add colleges to your Common App, okay, they will all be listed here on the My Colleges tab, and if you open each little tab, it'll have all the information you need for your application on there, especially if your school requires anything extra that's kind of like outside of what you normally need, okay? Does anyone have any questions about that? The My Colleges tab, how to add, anything kind of specific to that? Maybe they don't know what a word or something was that I said. We're good. Okay. You guys can also ask questions at the end, or you can drop them in the chat, and I'll answer them for you guys. Okay. Excuse me. So the next tab we have here is the Common App. Okay. So this is the actual Common App here. Okay. Let's see. Sure, Emily. What's your question? You can drop it in the chat, or you can unmute if you want. All right. So the Common App here is where you're going to put all your personal information. So I kind of I started filling it out with my info. Okay. All right, hold on, let me go back to the question. Okay, so Emily, what Emily is asking is when do these need to be submitted to the colleges, the ones we apply to? Okay, so when you know which colleges you want to apply to on your Common App, there's two ways you can find out, okay? First, you can go to your actual, I'm going to use Central as an example, okay? You can go to the Central website and go to admission, okay? Or wherever the admissions tab is on your school's website, and all that information will be on here, when to. Another way you can look is actually right here in your Common App under My Colleges. So we have Central listed here. As an example, it doesn't have to be Central. And right here at the top under My Colleges, it'll tell you when your application is due by. So for Central, it's saying if you're applying for fall 2021, so for next fall, you have to have your application right here, regular decision, by May 1st, 2021. All right. So your application deadline is under My Colleges on the Common App. So when you add the college to it, it'll give you all that information that you need on there. Okay.
Excuse me, Ms. Geronimo. I think, oh, well, she said, okay, thank you. I read the question differently, so I was just going to say it. I thought she was asking, when we do this, is it being submitted to these colleges, the ones we apply to?
Yes, yep. So the list here, thank you, Denise, for clearing that up. Right here on the My Colleges, when you apply your Common App, anything that's under this tab is where it will be sent to. Okay, so for example, if I was going to submit my application right now with you guys, my application is going to be sent to Central, it's going to be sent to Quinnipiac, it's going to be sent to University of Connecticut, and it's going to be sent to WestCon. Okay. Narana also said that they do on your Naviance, if you have access to that, it does have the deadlines on there too. Okay. Please don't be shy with questions, okay, guys? Okay, so here's what the Common App actually looks like. Okay, so the first is going to be all your information. So your name, have you ever used any names, your date of birth, all that good stuff. It's going to ask you for your address, your contact, your demographics, geography. So where do you live, where you were born, language, what language do you, how many languages do or can you speak, okay? And then your citizenship, whether or not you are a citizen of the United States or not. If not, it is not, if that's an issue, it's not, there's other ways to get around that question. So you will notice too here, if you're looking at some of these questions, you only are required to answer the ones, I don't know if you guys can see on my screen, you only have to answer the ones that have this little red star next to it. So see how like my first name has the red star, but my middle name doesn't? So you don't have to put your middle name unless you want to, okay? Only answer the questions that have this little red star. Leaving other ones blank isn't gonna hurt you in any way necessarily. It just means you're not comfortable providing that information, okay? That's important to know because you don't have to fill out every single box on the Common Application. All right, so when you're in this first tab here, so if we look here on the side, see how we're under the arrow where it says profile, okay? Each section is gonna have a bunch of little tabs right here. And once you have a green check mark next to your tab, that means that section is complete. So So see how this one down here doesn't have a green check mark, but the one above does? So that means I still have to go back into this section and answer a question there, okay? So I'm going to do it the common app fee waiver, which this is really important for all of you. If you take anything from this, make sure you take this one thing. You do not have to pay application fees, okay? So when it asks you this question, do you feel that your financial circumstances might qualify you for an application fee waiver? You are all going to click yes, okay? And when you click yes, it's going to open up into kind of a subcategory, okay, onto why you qualify, okay? And you're going to check multiple of these boxes. So you will check, I am eligible for a SAT fee waiver, okay? You're enrolled in Upward Bound, which is right here, okay? And you are in a free and reduced lunch program because all Waterbury Public School is. So you will check those 3 boxes, okay? And that will ensure that you do not pay any application waivers. I will say that I can't speak for colleges outside of the state of Connecticut, but this applies to all colleges in the state of Connecticut. Okay, so if you're applying to any college in CT, you do not have to pay any application fee. Okay, so make sure you check those 3, click yes, check those 3 boxes, and then they just ask you to type your signature. So I'll just do that just so we get the little green.
There you go.
Oh, did it cut out for a sec?
Oh, yeah.
Is it back again? Can you see me typing? Uh-oh. Yes. Great. Great. This is exactly what I didn't want to happen. That's me.